What's going on, guys? Yankee Cowboy here, back for another video. On the bench, we have the North American Arms Pug with the ported barrel. We're going to do this a little different than my usual video. I'm going to unbox this here before we get down and close and take a look. Because there's really nothing to talk about, guys, in the box. We'll take the revolver out. You got your literature and a little itty-bitty lock. And some eggshell in there. Some eggshell packing. So nothing to talk about with the box, so let's get that out of the way. Reason why I want that out of the way and clear. How do you carry this thing, this little pocket holster? There's many different ways you can carry these little things, but I've come up with a pretty good solution for how I like to carry it. And it's around my neck right now. I made myself a Kydex neck holster, and this fits in quite nicely. Nice, good, tight lockup. And the beautiful part about this one is, guys, is it's canted away from my head. Nobody likes a gun pointed at their head. And once we get down, I'll show you that there's pretty much no way this gun can go off. It's very safe to carry, and we'll get into that. But again, nobody likes anything pointed at their head, so I designed this so it's canted away from my head. And you could also do more adjustments with the string to make it cant even further. But give it a little tug. It's out for deployment. Give you guys a better look at it. See how it's canted off to the side? And if I move this over to here, it would be canted even more. So this was a pretty good little invention I came up with. Again, little tug, and it's out for presentation. So this is just a neat little holster I did in digital camo with the black back. We'll take a closer look when we get down on the bench, so let's hop down and get into this. Alright, guys, so we're down and dirty on the bench. Here it is, the North American Arms Pug in the first holster I designed for it. I'm actually going to redo this holster, guys. I did one for a friend and I made it a lot slimmer and a little more easier to carry, so I'm going to redo it. But this is just done in digital camo, flat dark earth eyelids and a black back. It's got great definition, and like I said, it's easy. Comes out easy, goes in easy, nice good lockup. It's not going to go anywhere. So let's pop this out, put the holster aside. First things first, let's make safe. The gun was safe while I was handling it. What you do is you bring this back to half cock, you pull this down and give it a twist and pull it out, and the cylinder comes out. So there's nothing in the cylinder. This is the 22 mag cylinder, by the way, guys, and what I carry in it are these Hornadays right here. These polymer tip Hornadays. They're pretty good for these little short barrel revolvers. You want to carry an ammo that's specific for a short barrel. This way here you get the the maximum velocity out of your ammo. Make sure it's designed for a short barrel. Alright, so now what I was talking about, first things first, I want to talk about carrying this thing safely. These North American Arms are pretty neat because there's little notches in between the cylinders. And what I'm going to show you here is my spare cylinder, because I have both cylinders for this. I have a 22 mag in here, and I also had them do me a 22 long rifle. This way here I could shoot 22 long rifle out of it pretty cost effectively, instead of wasting 22 magnums, you know. Alright, so let's take a look at this here. As you can see, let's see if I get this to focus here, guys. Let me back it up a little bit. Well, hopefully you guys can see that. I'm working with a new camera here, so bear with me. There's notches in between the cylinder. So the hammer rests in between the cylinder on this notch. So there's no way if you drop it or whatever, it's not on a live round, is what I'm getting at. So with that being said, it's not on a live round, so it's totally safe to carry. The only way you're going to make this thing go bang is if you actually pull the hammer back and hit the spur trigger, and then it will go. So it's very safe to carry. With these notches in between here, real safe to carry. That was a nice little setup, by North American Arms to do that. So this thing can be carried safely. All right, let's take a look at it. This thing is small, guys. It comes with a Hogue rubber grip, which on this one, I'm not going to change it. It's pretty comfortable on this. You get a nice little grip on it, and there's your spur trigger. Got a nice hammer on it. It's notched. You got some ribbing going on up top. This also has a Trijicon night sight on it, because you want to be deadly accurate with this little thing at night, right? And it's just got here's a sight picture. It's just got a little line in the back and your Trijicon up front. And then you have your ports. There's 3 ports on this side and 3 ports on that side. It's a cool little gun. There's the business end of it, guys. It's just a cool little revolver. These things are very well made too. I did have some trouble when I first purchased this. The front Trijicon sight was way off. It was like at the edge here. So I brought it back to the dealer I bought it from, and they shipped it back to North American Arms. And once they shipped it back, I also had the other cylinder done, so it was kind of worth it because they have to time these cylinders to the revolver. But again, what's the uses of this little gun? What would we use it for? Why would we carry it? This thing being as little as it is and easy to carry, if you're going to go out of the house in the summertime, or it's times where you just don't want to carry something, this is the answer. It's better to have this than to have nothing. This is still going to beat calling 911 and waiting for a cop to get there. Response times, guys, they're just, it's not enough, especially in a life-threatening situation. I'd rather have something than nothing, and this is something than nothing, in my opinion. I shot this gun a lot. This revolver, I shoot my Black Widow a lot. Every time I go to the range, guys, I usually throw one of these in the bag with me just to fire some rounds through it, because this is carried primarily as a backup for me. A last-ditched effort. Or in the summertime when I don't want to carry anything, I'll throw this in the neck holster, wear it around my neck under a t-shirt, just so I have something on me. And I'll tell you what, for a little short-barreled revolver, the thing shoots pretty good. 7 yards, you're gonna hit somebody pretty good at 7 yards. So it's not a belly gun so much that you have to be right on top of your assailant. I mean, this thing will shoot pretty good at 7 yards. So, like I said, I get out there and I use it a lot. I train with this one and the Black Widow because I take these ones out a lot with me to the range. Usually every time I go, I'll throw one in the bag because they're so darn little, so darn easy to take around with you. But this is a great gun also to get a youngster shooting, teach them the fundamentals, start them out with a little revolver. You put the 22 long rifles in here. It doesn't have any kick to it at all. The Magnum, on the other hand, out of this little thing, has a little bit of a bark to it, especially with this little Hogue rubber grip. My Black Widow has a bigger grip that I put on it. If you guys didn't see that, check that video out, scroll back and take a look at it. But this one here, I'm pretty comfortable with this grip. I like it. I'm not going to change it. It works well in the configuration it's in, and I like how it fits and feels. When I'm wearing it around my neck and the neck holster, especially under a t-shirt, it's pretty comfortable. So I like that. Again, half cock, you'll turn this onto a dead cylinder, and that's how you'll carry it safely. So you don't have to worry about this thing going off, or if you dropped it and you hit the hammer, it's not on a live round. So that's actually pretty good. Timing on it's great. I never had any malfunctions or problems. I've ran hundreds of rounds through this without cleaning it. It's got a great little trigger on it, spur trigger. Just give it a nice little push, and it goes. It's a great little revolver, guys. I mean, there's not much more I could say about it other than the fact that, like I said, I'd rather have this on me than nothing. This is better than nothing, guys. And I'll tell you what, it's a great little revolver for the money. You could typically find these anywhere from $250 to $300 brand new, depending. We'll use $250 on the used side. They're like $300 brand new, but it's a cheap, affordable little revolver to have on you. This is something you can throw in your pocket very simply with a little pocket holster, an ankle holster, a neck holster. I mean, any way you want to carry this thing, guys. It's just a great little gun. Technically, you don't even have to have a holster because, like I said, with this on the dead cylinder and this little spur trigger, the only way it's going to go off is if you pull the hammer back and hit the trigger. So it's a pretty safe gun to carry. All right, guys, I don't want to take too much time on this. Just wanted a quick little video on the North American Arms Pug. Really like this little revolver. So we're going to head back out for some final thoughts. Alright, guys, so some final thoughts on the North American Arms Pug. I think it's a great little revolver. Again, in this configuration and the neck holster, why wouldn't you leave the house with wearing this thing? If you're going to take nothing with you, I'd rather have this than nothing. So think about it, guys. This is a great alternative. Any questions or comments, leave them below, and we'll see you guys on the next one.